Hello guys and gals. This is gonna be another part of this series of what if Deku was a pirate. I honestly don't know what part I left on. I think part 3. This is probably part 4. I honestly don't know. But let's start this where we left off. Phantom was going back to her kingdom. As a few weeks has passed and they have been in their kingdom for quite a while. And she met up with her father. Whenever she gave her father the news, he broke down. And she told all the families of the dead crew members as well as her father, as they all cried about their lost family member, as they all held memorials for them, or burials, as they held burials for them, the dead crew members, as out of everyone in the Sapphire family, her father took it the hardest, because that was his brother that he knew all his life. He didn't know why, but he always thought that they would die together, or at least close to each other. He never knew that his brother would die this quickly. He was middle-aged right now, just starting to have gray hairs. He was in perfectly good health. As he asked his daughter what happened, and she told him what happened. And she told him that her and her cousin took care of them. As her father just nodded firmly as he said under his breath, those bastards got what they deserved. As she heard that, and she thought to herself, she totally agrees, though she won't say it out loud. And a few I'm gonna say a few more weeks passed as well after the burials of the crew members. As right now she's trying to find new crew members that might join her ship. As she's keeping her ship in shape, tippity top shape, and news has been out that there's a new captain in the Sapphire, the Black Sapphire. As people heard the news of Bart dying, he was a prevalent person in this kingdom, their home kingdom, as a lot of people went to his grave and mourned a loss of a great hero, as even the king and queen came down and mourned the loss of a great hero, as he was really prevalent in the war, as people consider him and his brother war heroes. Well, he was prevalent in the war of at sea. His brother his brother Remy was going at it on land. So yeah, they are known as real great war heroes. Now I'm going to skip to the last day, as there is a line at the docks with a few people, as these are the line of new crew members that is gonna help in the Black Sapphire, as they are pretty relevant. They are pretty young, as she sees over them, and she sees what they're all good at, and they tell her what they would be helpful for in the ship, as she tallies what members would be good for the ship or not. As a few hours passed, and she found the right crew members, as I'm going to say a few more weeks pass, as they have been going at it non-stop now, as they have not been doing work for a while, so they need to get back to it with the new members, as she is on the members' asses, telling them to do their chores, telling them to do their work, as she's working them to the bone right now. As they as they gain unusual requests from the king and queen of the kingdom, as this is not a transporting this is not a transport work. This is something completely different. This is a scouting mission, pretty much, for them to see and try to recover something that has been sighted at sea. The south side of sea, I would say. As Sapphire asked the queen, no, the king. She won't be asking the queen. She's asking the queen, what are they trying to find? As the king says to her, even he doesn't know. There has been sightings of some unknown energy, a big ball like energy thing that's just, how would you say, just hovering over the water. As right now Sapphire is really confused and dumbfounded of what the king and queen is asking of her to do, as she asks, if this is energy, how can you possibly think that my crew is able to even touch the thing without dying? As the king says, if you can't get the energy, destroy it. As she says, yes, my king, as she bows and kneels in front of the king and queen, as she walks off out to do her mission. As a few hours pass and she gets in her ship, as she says, we have a job to do, let's get her going. As she said, she gets on the steering wheel of the ship, as she starts doing as the ship starts moving, sailing, as she has a compass, as she says yo ho matey, yo ho, as she closes the compass, as she they start sailing to sea, as they are quite a few weeks worth of traveling right now, and they finally see it. Though it's kind of difficult because it is pretty dark out right now, and it's raining. Though not very hard, it's still pouring down rain. But nothing it's not storming per se, but it's just raining very hard. As they're seeing this thing, they don't know what's happening. As they are confused by what they're seeing, as they see it in the distance, as they get closer to it. Seth Phantom is very confused. She doesn't know what she's looking at right now. As she gets at the side of the ship, with a few other mates of hers, and they are close enough to touch it. If they are they're on the side of the ship, as they can just reach out and touch it. As Phantom does that, as she tries to touch it, but she kind of gets zapped in the process. As she doesn't know what she really touched. She didn't really feel anything though. Whenever she touched it, it's like her hand phased right through it, but she got zapped. Well, it is energy. She just shrugs as she says, "Men, we cannot take this. We wouldn't even be able to touch it." The king and queen said, "If we cannot grab it and take this substance, then we gotta destroy it." As right now the black sapphire or orb per se, it's starting has a reaction. It's starting to compress, get smaller. As the crew members are seeing this, and they are telling they're telling Phantom to look back as she's looking at it, as she's seeing the orb get smaller. As she's confused by this. As it's pouring down rain right now, and she's just seeing this black orb just compress, get smaller. She doesn't know what's happening. As a little time passes, and she finally figures out what's happening, and she yells at her men, "Get back!" As it's too late. Right whenever the orb stopped compressing, and the orb exploded. As her ship, the ship that was right by it got a very big hole in it, and her ship is on fire. As some of her crew members freaking died by that explosion. They got parts of their bodies got blown up, and they fell in the water. As by that explosion, she fell back. As the scene with her though, whenever the explosion happened, she was running, and she looked back as the orb exploded. Her right arm and her left leg got exploded in the process. As the ship is in chaos, as whenever the explosion happened, she flew out of her the ship. As the ship is sinking, as the members are confused and they don't know what's happening. Pure chaos is happening. as the ship is tearing in two right now. As the ship is breaking, the ship is sinking. As you see Phantom just falling down into the sea with her ship and crewmates, as she doesn't know what happened. As she's falling, she's looking up and trying to swim up, but she can't. She only has one arm and one leg. As she's just sinking down, falling deeper and deeper to the depths of the sea. Now let's turn back time a little bit. Whenever the explosion happened, there's something that the crewmates didn't see, because it was so dark outside. Whenever the explosion happened, so many black-like substances that looks like freaking phantoms or freaking ghosts, like things, started freaking flying every which way, as they are going across the globe trying to find what they're trying to find. As I'll tell you what they're trying to find later in another episode, probably, or probably in this episode actually, but not now, not yet. As let's go back to Sapphire. She's at the bed of the ocean. She is in the bed of the ocean now. She is all the way down. As she is on the verge of dying and friggin' and how do I say, well, she is on the verge of drowning. That's what I try to say, drowning. She's about to, but something happens. Right whenever she felt like she was about to die, her pain subsided. She didn't feel any pain anymore, as she doesn't know what's happening. As tentacles form around her and darkness appears around her, but through the darkness she sees tentacles grab her one leg and her one arm and her body, trying to lift her up. As she's in a she is kind of up in a walking kind of stance, but still being held on by the tentacles. As she sees red beady eyes through the darkness of the water and ocean, as she is pure terrified. She doesn't know what she's feeling. She never felt this terrified before in her life. Freaking instincts are taking over right now. She is pure terror. She is trying to fight back, but she can't. As she right whenever her rebellion kind of began, it stopped, as she knew it was hopeless. As the figure says, my, you are quite the perfect specimen. As his tentacles are going over her body, and it goes into her mouth, as she can't really breathe through her mouth as the tentacle comes out of her mouth. As she thought that was gross. That was so gross. As the figure says, yes, 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 indeed. This is quite the Sorry guys if y'all heard that I have a family gathering going around today, and my mother is cooking, so that was a smoke alarm. So very sorry if you heard that, and I heard it that hurt your ears. But yeah. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. Let's go back in the story. As the figure says, yes, you are the perfect specimen. You are the perfect host for me and my powers or curse. Either way you look at it, it'll give you, however you see it, it might be a curse or it might be a blessing. Who knows? He says in a very devilish tone. As she is very I'm so sorry guys, that happened again. God damn. But yeah. As Phantom asks, what do you want from me? As the creature with red beady eyes says, don't worry little one, I won't hurt you. You're the best suitable candidate there is that I've ever met before. I would never hurt you. In fact, I want to give you power. Power beyond your greatest beliefs. As she says, I don't need power. As he says, that's exactly why you're the best candidate. That's how I know you'll treat it right. The power that I give you. And plus, I know you have somewhat of a pure heart. At least for now, he says. I'm sorry guys and gals for so many interruptions during this video today. Like I said, I'm having a family gathering over here over a football game, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get through this with this not that many interruptions anymore. It should all be settled and good now. So yeah. Let's go back to the story. Red Eyes said, you're the perfect candidate. So yeah, but she said she doesn't need that type of strength. He says, either you take it or you die here. As she thinks not really much of a choice. As she sighs, as she doesn't even know how she is alive, probably because of this thing at the moment. As she asks, what do I have to do? And the red eyes say, repeat the words after me. As she just nods. As he says, repeat the words after me. As she nods. As he says, I wholeheartedly consent to my being changed wholly. As she doesn't like the sound of that. But she repeats it. My body, my mind, my soul shall be rewritten wholly. I shall submit wholly to chaos, and in return will relish in, and I will relish in its darkness. As she repeats those phrases. Mar my mind, body, and soul with these marks. And from the time of my set acceptance, let the power flow through me. So shall it be, I will never forget. As she repeats those lines, as Phantom felt the water near her still, she felt the earth pause for a second, and she felt it, pain searing through her entire body, every nerve in her body, all the way her skin, her bones, her muscles, her hair, her eyes, her mouth, her gums, her fingernails, even the top of her hair to the tips of her hair felt so much pain as she is writhing in pain right now. As she's writhing in pain, as she throws her head back, as she's just feeling it all at once. She doesn't know how long it has been now. Years, freaking days, an hour. She doesn't know anymore. She is just feeling this pain as she freaking falls, as the tentacles let her go, as she falls to the bed of the sea, as she passes out from the pain, but still feeling so much pain, as the monster with tentacles freaking said, I hope you have a good new life. I hope this rebirth will make a really good creature out of you. For now you will always follow the path of chaos. As you see this tentacle-like creature disintegrate, and all the darkness around him, and the disintegrated parts of him go into Phantom's body, as she has been at the ocean bed for years by now. As years has passed, as slowly but surely she has been changing. She doesn't look like this anymore, but at the same time she does look like this. I'm gonna show you her new form now. As this is what she looks like now. Her hair is pretty much tentacles going all the way down. She looks just like this picture, but her tentacles are way longer, like the other picture. And you see her crab arm and leg. That is due to her arm and leg being blown up, and that took its place. As this has these changes has been happening, changing her of her time of being passed out. While she has been passed out, her mind has been rewritten per se as well. Like the oath said, let her body and soul be rewritten, as her whole being is being rewritten into what chaos wants it to be, or the chaos. She has been rewritten and changing, but at the same time, her mates, her shipmates, has been being changed as well because of her influence without her realizing it. Her crewmates and even her ship has started to change. Her ship has been knitting itself together slowly over time while being changed at the same time. As I'm gonna say, she finally wakes up. It has been years by now. I'm gonna say at least 5 to 6 years has passed. As during this whole time, she has been in her mind being trained by the figure that turned her into this. As the figure has showed her that she has been going through the memories of him, his memories, as she has seen what he went through, and she has seen what the chaos is. That creature is not chaos. Chaos is something the same, you could say, as chaos and light. Chaos is what creates creatures like him or her now. As chaos is not a thing. It's all around us. Though during these years, chaos has been gone and eradicated from this world, from holy beings like humans and elves. They eradicated and exterminated the beings that had chaos in them, or that was turned by chaos. But there was an unforeseen incident that nobody but the chaos knew about. These beings were fully holy, but without the chaos, there's no light. As slowly the light would be corrupted without the chaos. So yeah, as she has seen what's going on in the centuries that this being that gave her new life lived, as he has sailed the 10 seas, as he has killed and maimed so many people that went against him, but at the same time he had lived a life of bloodshed, but at the same time a life of freedom. As she sees him and his crewmates, as she smiles as she sees all of them, as she thinks on her crewmates right now, as she hopes that they're being changed the same as her, cause this is a blessing and a curse. The curse part will take her whole crew with her into the darkness, so it won't just be her that changed. it will be them as well. But she would be the king of the seven seas. Is destined. She's gonna become the queen of the seven seas because of this. Or the the 10 seas. My bad, guys. Oh, my bad. Okay, 30 minutes. Let's go back. Yeah, as she wakes up right now, as she sits up, as she looks around herself, as she sees life growing like on her, as she rips all the seaweeds and everything off of her that was on her or started to grow on her, as she rips all that off, as she gets up, as she gets all the way up, as she starts walking on the seafloor, as in the distance she can see her ship, her beautiful ship, as she smirks, as she says, "Oh, beautiful black sapphire. It's been quite long, hasn't it, girl? You need to be you have to start being written on. We're gonna have work for you. You're gonna be sailing the 10 seas in a very short time." As she sees all of her shipmates on the floor being covered in seaweeds and all different type of flooring in the bottom of the sea, and she sees her first mate get up, as he looks different, just like her. She knows she looks different. As she smirks, as she says underwater, "Hello." As she says her first mate's name, "Hey Zeke." It's been quite a few years. As she has a smile on her face, or you could say it's more of a smirk. As Zeke looks at her, and he says, "Yes, it has, Captain." As she smiles on that, as she gets closer to him, and they hug it out. They hug it. They hug each other, because it's been years since they went to slumber. They pretty much all died on a miracle. They survived because the figure gave Ventum the curse or blessing, he will call it. And it passed on to the rest of them, as they are all good on that, as that is the only thing that they all know that was transferred to them while they were sleeping. Well, she got all the information that she needed, as they had the basics down of what was going on, where she had everything down. Cause this is she is the person that the monster gave his curse to, or his blessing to. She is his successor in a way. As she says, let's get into the ship, Zeke, as he nods. As she says, actually stop. As she turns to her cousin. As she looks at her cousin and sees how much he's changed during the years of slumber. As he has eel like he have an eel like structure pretty much. As he has lightning going around him as he wakes up. As he's shocking everything around him. As he doesn't know what's going on. As he thinks on and he thinks, oh yeah, that's what happened. As he finally gets the information in his brain, as he forgot about it. As he sees the lightning going around him, as he thinks it might be his mutation of the curse. As he looks at his cousin and he sees how she's changed. As she smiles as she looks at her cousin. As she says, how has the years of slumber been, little cousin? As he smiles as he says, it's been good, cousin. As he gets up. As they hug as well. As he stopped shocking everything around him. Once he saw his cousin. As she says to both of them, let's get in the ship. We got work to do. She says with a grin. As this is going to be the end of the episode. I am very sorry about all the things stopping the episode, or the interruptions. But I hope you liked the episode nonetheless. Hope you like, subscribe, and tell me how you felt. Peace out.